Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Friday. Seriously, it's warming up here in Michigan. It's been about 60 degrees every day. And yeah, HR 8 sucks really bad. And so does 1446. I'm going to talk about those for just a few minutes because for us to keep on having fun on here and still keep on exercising our rights that weren't given to us by the Second Amendment, okay? No, the Second Amendment simply says don't tread on our natural, pre-existing, God-given rights that were endowed to you by your Creator. And the original founding government recognized that. And they realized that eventually the government would become tyrannical. And indeed, in my opinion, the government has become tyrannical now. And they knew they would not only try to take away our right to keep and bear arms. No, they knew they were going to try to take away our security of a free state. See, that's why the Second Amendment doesn't just say shall not be infringed. No, it says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. So they realized we needed to stay free. We needed to have security against both enemies, foreign and domestic, and the right of the people to keep and bear arms could not be infringed because we would need to be there as the last line of defense. If there were an enemy such as Japan when they bombed Pearl Harbor, if it was that enemy that had the Reich that was supposed to last 1,000 years, that we would be there to fend it off, and many brave Americans did. And I'm very thankful for that. Well, they also put the prohibition of government there in the Second Amendment because they started our country to overthrow a tyrannical government, right? So they certainly knew it was possible. When these people say nowadays that they could have never known about this, the Second Amendment's antiquated, the founding fathers didn't know what they were talking about. Excuse me? Literally, someone saying that, right? That requires the listener to be much dumber than the speaker because, of course, the founding fathers knew about a tyrannical government and they knew what it would take to fend it off and to stay free. And they knew that our Creator, God, whatever religion you believe in, that's fine with me. But whoever created you gave you everything that you need. And that this government would be created amongst men. And that it would simply be put there to preserve our natural liberties. That amongst these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I say all this as encouragement, guys. And HR 8 and HR 1446, these are draconian bills. And they're there to try to take away your pursuit of happiness and your life and your liberty. And we're just going to talk about them for just a couple minutes because really what I want to do tonight is just kind of be chill and hang out and do some Q&A with you guys because, look, you guys watch every week. Often I rant the whole time and I don't get a chance to read a lot of the chat. There's a few more of you than me normally, and I just can't read them all. But in a few minutes here, I'm going to spend as much time as I can just answering some questions because I get a lot of really good questions and I like hanging out with you guys. So HR 8, you could call this the Universal Background Bill. You could call this the ban of private transfers. And it's both. Yes, it would prohibit somebody from loaning their cousin a rifle to go hunting with or a shotgun. Just normal stuff that's been part of the American tradition for a long time, right? It also would prohibit somebody from loaning their sister or their mother, the single mom, or their elderly friend or parents from loaning them a handgun in the meantime because somebody's they've been prowling around their house. Somebody's threatening their life, threatening great bodily harm. All these different things. It prevents us from being good citizens and helping other people that are in need by simply gifting in some cases, loaning in other cases, a life-saving tool. Look, we all know, only a good guy with a gun is going to stop a bad guy with a gun. And usually cops just come to take a report of what's already happened because when trouble's here, imminent right now, and seconds matter, cops are usually only minutes or hours away, and sometimes they never come. And, that's okay as long as we still have our liberty, where we can pursue our own life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and where we can take care of ourselves. We don't need government. We don't need hardly any government at all. They like to make us think we do. And they're going to pass more and more laws because HR 8 and HR 1446 did pass the House of Representatives. And they're going to keep on trying to pass these bills, making it where we can't legally defend ourselves anymore, where we can't take care of ourselves and be self-sufficient. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Then we, quote, need the government. more and more. And I saw this speech, this sleepy old man. He was on TV yesterday, and it was one of the most solemn, just nasty speeches I've ever heard. It was sick. They call him many things. The sleepy old man, they call him a tyrant, and I would agree with both. I like to just call him the former vice president. And he basically said, the only thing that's going to save you is the government. And you need to get a poke, and we're going to have the military to put in your arm and all these things. But in other words, it's a dark winter. He said that. He said, if you elect me, it's going to be a dark winter. And I don't know if we elected or not, but he was otherwise at the official podium. The former vice president was. Look, this stuff's all hand in hand, guys. This has everything to do with H.R. 8. This has everything to do with H.R. 1446, because these are bills that are draconian, that are basically going to make it where you can no longer have your pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness, where you'll no longer be the custodian of the tools that you need to potentially fend off a tyrannical government. No. They want you to have nothing. Isn't that what they say? It's called the Great Reset. You'll have nothing and you'll be happy, but the government will be there to provide for you. Yeah. So they want universal background checks. What that basically does is it disarms the law-abiding, because somebody that's has no regard for the law and doesn't care about getting in trouble, they're a career criminal, whatever their reasons are, right? Gangbangers, all these things that account for almost all of the gun violence, if you even want to call it that in this country, sure. They're not going to take a background check. They don't care. It's already illegal for these people to have guns anyways, but they still get them, and they always will. Don't forget that. If guns are outlawed, then only outlaws will have guns. And that's just a fact. Yeah, of course, that means the current criminals are always going to have them. It also means you'll become an outlaw if you choose to still keep and bear arms. As the original government of this country promised, they would defend that natural right. But now, H.R. 8, here's what it's really all about, okay? They already know the guns are going to get traded on the streets, in the back rooms, wherever they are, in the woods, and that's fine. Guns should be able to be traded, sold, whatever, in the general public, right? They know that's going to happen regardless. But what they really want is they really want to get H.R. 8 through, and it did pass the House, guys. Will it pass the Senate? I don't know. We've got Joe Manchin, Kristen Sinema, senators from West Virginia, Arizona. They're saying they don't want to stop the filibuster. Believe it or not, Feinstein, she's a real beauty, trust me. She just introduced an AWB, by the way. She says she doesn't want to stop the filibuster. But the devil's in the details. They're saying they want to reform it. Look, this is an ongoing thing. I don't want to go too far down a rabbit hole with that. H.R. 8 did pass the House. The former vice president will sign it so fast. He can't do anything fast. They call him Slow Joe. That's another one of the things they call him. He'll sign it faster than you've ever seen anything signed before. Unfortunately, I guess, our right to keep and bear arms as codified in the Second Amendment is hanging in the balance of the Democrat senator from Arizona and the Democrat senator from West Virginia and the Democrat senator from California. That's where we're at. It would make it where H.R. 8's not going to do anything, and they know it. And they've been saying this for years until they get a registry. So they'll try to pass this. Then they'll say, well, we have to pass a registry because how do we know if people are doing these universal background checks? If we don't have anything to compare it to, how will we know? That's what they'll say. Guaranteed that's what they're going to say next. Look, it's just called a death by 1,000 paper cuts, but now they're just taking their machetes out and just slashing. They don't feel they have time anymore. They've got the trifecta. I mean, the Democrats have the former vice presidency, we'll call it for now. They have the Senate. They have the House. They're going to go for it as much as possible. And H.R. 127 was daunting, but all they're doing is taking each part of it and trying to pass them separately as different bills, which is what we see with H.R. 8 and H.R. 1446, right? Thanks for the super chat. Our Patak, how am I saying that right? Thanks, man. He said, I appreciate it. He said, too bad most politicians don't adhere to the Constitution. And you're right about that. It's to the point where barely any of them do. I think most is very accurate. If not, you're being generous with that. Yeah, most. No, they're not adhering to the Constitution. It's real clear. It's the clearest thing I've ever read in my life. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So to even be talking about gun control laws in the House of Representatives or Senate is completely unconstitutional, should be impeachable, should be treasonous, if you want to know my honest opinion. It's insane. But in the reality we're living in, they're just trying to steamroll it all through. So we're looking at universal background checks heading to the Senate. It hangs in the balance of Manchin and Sinema and Feinstein. Now, look, Manchin's not pro-gun, guys. I know some of you would like to hope he is or think he is. I would refer you to the Manchin-Toomey bill, which has been put up at least 2 or 3 times in the Senate. And that's a universal background check bill. So he's not pro-gun. Now, is he maybe as bad as some? I don't know, but I'm sick and tired of the lesser of two evils. Aren't you guys? Where we have to sit there and say, well, the Democrat from West Virginia who sponsors a anti-gun bill every single session of Congress, he's our last hope to save our God-given rights in our republic. It's sick, isn't it? Now, 1446 is another one. Doesn't sound as bad at first, but it's just as bad. It basically, right now, Nix has a limited number of days to get back to the FFL on whether you passed or failed the background check. Look, that's all unconstitutional too, if you ask me. I mean, shall not be infringed. It doesn't say for the law-abiding, guys. I don't want to go down too much of a rabbit hole with this. I'm just going to call a spade a spade. It doesn't say shall not be infringed for the law-abiding. It actually doesn't say that it shall infringe on felons or anything. That's actually not in the Second Amendment anywhere or in any of the founding documents. In fact, I never heard the founding fathers enumerate anything about some people getting rights, other people not having them anymore. But I digress. So they do the background check. This is through Nix. This is if it's at a gun show, obviously, or if it's at a gun shop, you go through federal firearms license holder. They call Nix, you get the background check, and they'll either say approved, denied, or most common, especially in the last year, is called delayed. You're delayed. We need to do further research. Sometimes they tell you no reason, any reason. It's the government, right? They do whatever they want. So they delay. Okay. Well, right now, if they don't get back to you in just like 3 days, then they can proceed with the sale if the dealer wants to. Now they're going to change it to 10 business days is what they're trying to get. You know, if they get 1446 through the Senate, the former vice president, he'll sign it. He doesn't know where he is. He'll say, what am I signing? What's this? Sir, just sign it. Where's my pen? You know, right here, sir. And there was the whole box in front of him. Do you guys remember that? Look, I'm not making fun. It's true. Go look. Where's my pen? He said. There was that huge box with like hundreds of them in there. And he'll find it and turn it around backwards. Whatever. He'll sign it. Trust me. His caretakers will make sure that he does. That basically makes it where you've got 10 business days. And that can put somebody in like an endless loop because you got weekends added onto that. You've got holidays added in there. Guess what? This 4473 form you fill out that gets sent into the information gets transferred in Nix, it's called, for this background check. It's only valid for 30 days. Now, if for some reason you can't get through the background check, then you have to start over. So there are plausible scenarios where if you're delayed, do it on the right day or wrong day, depending how you look at it. You do it at the exact wrong time, luck would have it. You could have a few federal holidays in there. You could have a few weekends in there. They could delay it for 10 days due to any reason or no reason at all. And you could find yourself having to fill out a new form and having to start all over again. Now, look, a right delayed is a right denied. Because if you need that gun right now and there's imminent trouble, you're watching the streets burning down your street, you know, the houses, they call them mostly peaceful protests. But what we really saw going on for much of the past year, and I think it's getting ready to hit again big time, like any day now, again, unfortunately, these mostly peaceful protests where you're like, dude, in another 2 days, this could be at my front door. The cops aren't going to be there. I have to protect myself. And I've had a lot of viewers tell me, you were in that exact situation, weren't you? People that had the right their whole life just never looked into it, never cared to exercise it, have finally realized, hey, look, I need to exercise my rights because I need to protect myself and my family. And hopefully they become pro 2A advocates. We talked about that last week, right? Well, hold on a minute. If there's going to be a bunch of trouble a few hours from now or tomorrow or even the next day, and you get delayed 10 days, but wait, there's Friday and Saturday, and then it's Flag Day, and then there's another Friday and Saturday. Oh, you can get your gun in 2-3 weeks. A lot of good people are going to be unarmed and lose their lives during those critical hours, and then now they're going to have to wait weeks. That's what HR 1446 actually does. It's this simple. I'm going to say it again. A right delayed is a right denied, period. Because part of having rights is getting to exercise them whenever you want. Okay? It's not for the government to choose which ones you can exercise or when you exercise them. No. That's what it means just to be a human being and what it means to be an American. And all people, all human beings in the world have all these rights. But in America, we did enumerate them. And we told the government, don't tread on me. These rights are inherent. They pre-exist to the government, and the government shall not infringe, shall not abolish, shall not impede. All these really beautiful words, right? So look out for these guys. They're not good. We're counting on Democrat senators to save our rights. But you know what? There's some encouragement. And this is what I'm going to leave you guys with on this. Ben Franklin, remember, I've said this a million times, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's important. He was asked right at the founding of this country by a lady, what have we, sir? A republic or a monarchy? And he said, a republic, if you can keep it. And that's the most important thing, because when he said you, he was referring to her, of course, at that time, but he's also referring to me. He's referring to the watchmaker, Mitchell Martell. Thanks for the super chats, guys. I'll read them in 1 second. He's referring to everybody that's here right now, and even all the people that aren't going to care to pay attention to what's going on. Ben Franklin didn't say if the government can keep it, if Alexander Hamilton can keep it. He didn't even say if James Madison could keep it. And James Madison, pretty smart guy, right? I think so. No, he said if you can keep it. So, look, we need to still resist. We need to still call your senators, call your representatives, but at the same time, we can only let it get so bad, and you're just going to have to decide for yourself. Do you believe in your own liberty and your own choices? Or are you going to be comfortable with the choices of Joe Manchin or Kristen Sinema or Dianne Feinstein? And I'm sure you guys will all make the right choices. I have faith in you guys. You guys are pretty smart. I'm sure most of you, probably all of you, are much smarter than any of those United States senators, they call themselves. The former vice president was a senator for 50 years and didn't get like anything done. Like, some of these are like the most incompetent people there's ever been. But hey, the Second Amendment hangs in the balance of the 3 Democrat senators. Watchmaker, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. He says, yeah, it's not good to know you're going to be an outlaw. Hey, it's not good, but it could be a liberating thing too. Depends how you look at it. There might be a little piece in that too, right? Mitchell Martell, thanks for the super chat, man. He said, at the watchmaker. Okay, this is cool. I've never seen a super chat respond to a super chat, but this is good talk. I like this. I'm going to get that G3c TORO, and maybe I'll get a G3 due to all you guys' generosity. The watchmaker, honestly, it just makes the decision making now easier when it comes to planning for what's to come. Might as well get what you need now. Look, guys, I'm not saying doom and gloom. Get what you need now, like the sky's falling, you'll never get it again. I'm not saying that. I don't want anybody to get in a panic. I don't want anyone to be stretched beyond their means. But at the same time, if you have nothing, you better get yourself a little something. It's not looking good. Is there a chance somehow by the grace of Joe Manchin? And I don't know. Maybe nothing will happen. I don't know, though. Because the former vice president, what would we call her? She's a real beauty, too. When we say real beauty, we mean in a different kind of way. Trust me. We'll say the former junior senator of California. Do you guys know who that is? Said, hey, look, if this Congress won't hurry up and enact sweeping gun control within 100 days, I'll just do it from the executive desk. And from what I understand, the former junior senator from California, I can't remember her name exactly. It's something to do with like an animal, like a dromedary. think that's her name. She's been meeting with all the foreign leaders. Apparently, according to her, has the power to do whatever the heck she wants. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with HR 1446. We'll see what happens with all of the various wildlife species. And well, the one version has one hump, the other has two. And I'm thinking about the zoo right now, guys, of course. And of course, we've got the former junior senator from California. Apparently says she can do whatever she wants and she'll just sign it all with executive order if Congress doesn't act. So yeah, if you guys have nothing, come on. You're a little behind the curve, but I'm not trying to panic you guys. I'm actually going to just try to hang out with you guys a little bit tonight and answer some questions because you guys always have really good questions and comments. And look, I really appreciate everybody supporting the channel. So if you're watching right now, just giving me a like helps. The new thing they say the algorithm really, really likes is if you leave comments. So when I put my videos out, when you guys are done watching this, you know how the chat's done? I know the chat's the best part. So why would you want to come back? Just come back and say like, hey, what's up? Or something in the comments because, hey, Steven Crowder and all the big channels are saying Susan really likes the comments. So that's a way you can help the channel. Of course, with the generous super chats, you guys are totally awesome. I have the join button. If you want to become a channel member, I want to thank you guys for your generous support. Patreon supporters, like seriously, thanks so much, guys. And as I always do, it's in the title of this video. I just put some of those generous donations right back into the channel. I did that video, right? I recorded it 2 days ago. And it said, hey guys, why don't I have the Taurus TORO yet? Because you guys have been asking me, and I didn't take offense. It's a compliment when you're like, dude, where's your Taurus TORO video? This is like the Taurus optics ready version, the new one, where they basically have a milled out portion in the slide with the different optics mounting plates for the G3c and the G3. You guys are like, where's it at, dude? Like, why haven't you done a video? Huge compliment. But I'm like, guys, I don't have because I don't know Taurus. I don't get them, you know, pre-production, none of these things. So here's why you haven't seen it yet. And then I went through, here's why I'm looking forward to it. And then I asked you guys a favor and I said, can you guys help me? Help me find one. Like they're going to come for sale when, but there's like a ton of you guys out there. So, you know, throw me a bone on this. And guess what? Tonight, boom, this guy came into one of my comments and said, dude, it's available here. I can't say it right now. Susan Wiki. She's a big fan, but I can't say the name of the site. It's against the rules. And I always follow the rules, Susan. But they told me where to get it. And then like 5 or 6 of you guys chimed right in. And I did get one. So I just ordered it. It's not going to ship, I'm sure, till sometime next week. But I did order the new Taurus TORO G3c. So I'm really excited. Definitely expect to see the initial unboxing. I have a few optics I'd already like to try. I'll do follow-ups. And thank you for those of you guys that have had my back to help it where I could afford it, because it's been a tough year for me in my business. But yeah, we bought a Taurus G3c TORO together, and I hope you guys will definitely benefit from the content, and I'll benefit from getting to shoot a cool gun and have fun hanging out with you guys. Jeffrey Arroyo, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Says, yep, just bought my first AK-47 today. Very excited. Dude, that is so awesome. I'm like a huge AK guy. And you said you're first, and it's probably not going to be your last, dude. Right on. Great choice, man. The Watchmaker, thanks again for another super chat. He says, just picked up another today. Been buying a lot. If these pass the Senate, we are in trouble. It's facts. Thanks for the stream, brother. Look, dude, it is a fact. If these pass, we're in trouble. Look, I'm not saying they're all going to pass. I hope none of them pass. I don't know. I'd rather have and not need than need and not have. And I struggle through the same thing you guys do, man. I'm like, dude, I really want this TORO G3c because you guys are going to look forward to the videos. And I like doing stuff that you guys like. It's just more fun for all of us. I'm thinking, man, this is awesome. But I'd kind of like to go buy like 30 more magazines too, because I know the ban on those will be getting proposed. Look, I can't keep up with all of it either. So if it's driving you guys crazy and you're like, there's just too much, I can't keep up with all of it. Well, I can't either. But I do know where my line in my sand, you know, the line in the sand is for me, okay? My line in the sand. I do know where that's at. I'm not too worried. Like, I'm going to get what I need, okay? I'm going to remain very lawful, Susan Wiki, but and they're not going to take it from me, period. So But yeah, there's a million things that I need right now that I just can't afford. I know you guys say that all the time. You're like, what should I do? Do I need more guns? Do I need more ammo? Do I need more magazines? Just try to prioritize, be smart. You're not going to be able to get everything you need or everything you want. At least I'm not able to. Mags, though, are a pretty good option. You know, that's a pretty good choice because as of right now, look, they put up a magazine bill ban and it goes through the house. Watch it fly. Remember after Sandy Hook, watch it fly, right? But as of right now, mags are still very affordable. I showed you guys that ammo can full of mags that I got. A lot of you, did the same offer and we're very happy with that. I think that's a sound choice, something like that. Were you able to get like, 7.62 by 39 or 5.56 mags for like $8, $9, $10 a piece? That's pretty good. They really haven't been any cheaper than that in the past, so you're probably not going to really lose on it in the long run, right? Pezhu, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Says, my rep from New York, Andrew Garbarino, Republican, told me he was a staunch supporter of the 2A, then stabbed me in the back, voting for the bills with the Dems. I'm pissed. Nothing worse than a rhino, man. What about Fred Upton, people from Michigan? He's a real beauty, isn't he? Fred Upton, they call him. Yep. He voted for H.R. 8, rhino. Look, we always knew he was a rhino. Here's the problem with some of these Republicans, guys. We're back to this again. Lesser of two evils. So that part of Michigan, I know the area. It's a pretty purple bluish part. So we've got this rhino Republican. Maybe your area of New York's similar to this. I don't know. It might be different. But look, if Upton gets voted out where he's at in Michigan, okay, he's not going to be replaced by a constitutional, liberty-minded Republican in the primaries. No, if he gets voted out, it's going to be by a liberal Democrat that's going to be just as anti-gun as him. In the end, what's the difference? I don't know. Vote him out. That's cool. Then you end up with a Democrat that's also anti-gun. Yeah, it's sure fun to go vote when those are your choices, aren't there? Let's see here. Do I want to vote for danged if I do, or do I want to vote danged if I don't? So I'm going to not vote and get screwed, okay? Or I'll go vote and still get screwed. I mean, this is like, I don't know if that's your case, Pez, but that's definitely the area. I know there's a lot of liberals in the Kalamazoo area, okay? I'm not saying everyone that lives there. There's probably somebody watching right now. You're from Kalamazoo. You're a huge patriot, so please don't think I'm trying to include each and every person in this, but there's a lot of liberal stuff going on over there. Don't get me wrong, right? Yeah, it looks like the sleepy former vice president came out in support of the filibuster. We'll see what that means. What if his caretakers tell him to change his mind? I don't know. But yeah, that's decent news, right? The former vice president, they call him. Whew. And then that other one, the former junior senator of California. She's a real beauty. Don't know why, but for some reason, I always think of going to the zoo. Right? Whenever I think of that, I think of the dromedary. For some reason or another. I don't know why. I don't think Susan, you don't mind. Susan Wiki. I can tell she's watching. There's an aura when she's in here. I think she likes me talking about the zoo. Michigan Patriot says, Fred Upton is a clown. I agree, sir. He even co-sponsored H.R. 8. There you go. Don't tread on me. I like that. I like your avatar, man. No, it's not good. They're coming from all sides, but that's okay. We don't really need them, do we? No thanks. Some of you people crack me up. Gary Weisner, how's it going, man? He said, I'm here for you, buddy. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. Nice to see you, Gary. You're a good dude, man. Blue Girl in NC, I appreciate you too. You're a good chick. She says, get into politics already, LOL. Look, I've had people leave this channel. You're too political, they say. You're too political. Somebody, he just left my channel. He just said, dude, we don't like it that you wear your work shirts. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a working guy. I own a small business, and I like to wear my work shirts. No, look, am getting involved in politics as much as I can. I just met with a pro-Second Amendment governor candidate from Michigan. His name is Ryan Kelly. okay? I was over there hanging out with some Patriot friends. You guys know Jane Locke that hangs out in here. Our friend Rachel. We were there with Catherine Henry, her husband. You guys know who Catherine Henry is, another pro-Second Amendment Michigan patriot. I was introduced to and had dinner with a guy named Ryan Kelly. Dude's a straight shooter, like super pro 2A. And I sat there and hung out with him and talked to him about it. And listen to this. This is kind of cool, guys. I literally told him, look, if you were to get elected, why don't you have an actual Second Amendment like ambassador? I don't mean lobbyist. I don't mean someone that works for the gun industry, like a regular person. Like I said, it could literally be me or like 1,000 other people that'd probably be better at it than I would be. But a regular person on the street that has access to you, that can come in once a month, sit down across the desk from you and talk about real life Second Amendment issues that the mainstream news and lobbyists won't tell you about. And he said, dude, that's an awesome idea. And not only is that an awesome idea, but what about for like all the amendments? He seriously said, like, yeah, that's definitely something I would look into doing. And like, nobody does that. Nobody has that anymore. Like a regular plebe can't even get like into the governor's office to sit and talk to him. So there you go. Will he win? I don't know. There's going to be a lot of big money. We still have the primaries to get through, but I'm trying to do what I can, guys. I'm literally out there talking to the couple of local patriot people that are running for office that I certainly believe we can trust. And I'm going to continue to do that. And some people leave the channel because I'm doing that. But I can't make everyone happy all the time. But I am always going to keep fighting for our rights. We have to. RP Talk, what's happening, man? Thanks for another super chat. I appreciate it. He says, AK and AR mag rebuild kits are cheap. Great tip, man. And readily available. Just got a buttload of 5.56 and 5.45, and literally they only need the floor plate slid on. Nice. And they do that because of certain state laws, right? But yeah, you can buy cheap, like just extra springs. Remember this, there's parts in these mags, and even, I hate to say it, the mags themselves are semi-disposable-ish, especially if they're polymer mags, right? Springs can wear out. Feed lip can get bent. Definitely a good idea. Those rebuild kits like he's talking about, just spare springs. Look, there's ways to prepare on a budget, guys. There really are. Just think about it a little bit. Think about what you need. You need the boomstick. You need the food for it, the ammo. You need the feeding device. Like, who cares? You could have like this beautiful bowl of oatmeal, right? And plenty of this absolutely beautiful, gorgeous syrup that we're not going to cancel here to pour on top of it. But if you ain't got no spoon, like, how are you going to eat? Your gun can't eat, and it can't enjoy this beautiful syrup if you don't have a magazine, or in this case, a spoon. But this is Lami's. We're keeping this. See, Lami's hanging out with Mr. Potato Head again tonight. Mr. Elvis Presley, special edition Potato Head. But he'll hang out with Aunt Jemima probably later after the stream, if you guys know what I'm saying. They like to usually hang out a little bit later for some reason or another. Jacob Rhodes, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. Nice to see you here. What's up? John G, thanks, man. He said, hey, buddy, tune in tomorrow for Louisville, Kentucky. I'm letting everyone know how my tool called SafeLine will help millions of people 24/7 and stop crime. Okay, Louisville, Kentucky. I've got friends from there that are in the chat right now. Let's see. He has a tool called SafeLine. I'll definitely look that up after the chat. Thanks, man. If it's something that'll help people out, we definitely appreciate it for sure. Who else have we got in here? Look at all you good people. What's up, Mateo? Thanks for all you do. We really appreciate it. I don't thank you enough, but I couldn't possibly thank you enough. But thanks, man. Cave Dave, nice to see you. What's happening, Cave Dave? They're talking AKs, it looks like, which I'm not really surprised. Denny's plant-based journey. What's happening, dude? Crypto Genesis. Do I know when Phoenix is going to post more ammo? Well, let me start off with the first part. Yes, I know Phoenix. I know Justin. That's the easy question. I don't know when he's going to be posting ammo. I need to somehow find a way to see if I can sneak past his defenses of security. He's just down the road, and like, I'm not going to break in and rob him, but see if I can just peer through, and then I can give you guys the heads up. I don't know. I'll try to stop by Phoenix one day next week and drop in and see if I can get you guys the scoop on what's going on there. They're working really hard, guys. For him to crank out a couple 100,000 rounds like he does, It's totally awesome. Like, his crew's really good. If you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch my Phoenix ammunition video. Here's the problem, though. Like, these guys can crank out ammo like a beast, like quality control the whole time, like hand quality. Go watch the video. It's really fun. I got to do an exclusive behind the scenes tour of Justin and the gang making ammo at Phoenix. But here's the problem. He makes like a couple 100,000 rounds of ammo. He's totally out of primers. Can't get any more. And then it sells out, what was it? 3 minutes for the 1 grain weight. Let's just say this. Within 4 minutes, he had sold all 250,000 rounds of 9mm. Last time he released it. And then he has to wait weeks to get primers. So, yep. Ammo shortage 2021. You got to love it, right? The Reptile guys, thanks for the super chat, man. He said, the line has been crossed for me. I will not accept any new gun laws. These people will not control me or rule over me. And that's the great thing about being an American, man. You make those decisions for yourself. Like I said, we're all law-abiding people on here. But at the same time, we're not going to give up our guns. We can't. Literally, the Second Amendment, the right to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. Look, I'm doing all the normal stuff, you know. There's always many different ways we can try to save our rights. Now, ultimately, it's up to us to do it. But I tweeted Joe Manchin the other day. I said, at Joe Manchin, please, you know, stand by your word and keep the filibuster, and we will support you for that, which we will. We'll support that decision. Now, if he comes in the very next day and tries to co-sponsor Feinstein's assault weapons ban, well, we're not going to support him on that. But that's okay, though. You know, these politicians, they work for us. I mean, that's literally what the Declaration of Independence says. It says the government was instituted among men. That means we're supposed to be the government, and they're supposed to be the public servants that just simply go there to represent the will of the people. Now, it also says that you should abolish the government if they're going against your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But another thing people often overlook, it says the government shouldn't just be changed for light and transient causes, meaning we're not just supposed to go at the whim of the people. We're not a straight democracy. So who cares if there's more people in the state of New York or California that want to get rid of guns than don't want to get rid of guns? They make it pretty clear in the Declaration we're not just supposed to change our fundamental God-given rights just at the whim of light and transient causes. No. There's core fundamental principles that the Founding Fathers acknowledged pre-existed, and that's why the Second Amendment says what it says. And I wish some of the politicians could understand that. It's like real simple. And here's the thing. I don't want everyone in this country to think like me. Are you kidding me right now? Like, how boring would that be? It's totally fine. We can debate. We can passionately argue so many things. There's just some very specific, natural, enumerated rights in the Bill of Rights, and those are the ones that are hands off. They're just not up for debate. This is the way it should be, and it should be real simple. Like, Second Amendment, no, that's pretty clear. Shall not be infringed. All right. That's what it says, so there's nothing even to talk about there. Now let's argue about different other things, like what should the median tax rate be? Do we want to have paved interstates? And if so, how much are we willing to pay for that? You know, we can have, there's many things that we can debate about. But like freedom of religion, that's not debatable. That's pretty hardcore, written down. Freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of the government for redress of grievances, right? To address the government with your grievances. These things are all like pretty much just cold cut. Like, you can't have a soldier quartered in your home against your will. We shouldn't have to really debate that, should we? We shouldn't have to debate the 10th Amendment that basically just says that, look, the federal government's powers are very limited, and they're only limited just to the enumerated things that are enumerated in the Constitution. And then all of the rights then that are left, which are like 99.9999%, go to the states, and the states get a few things, and then the rest just go to the people. If they can literally just keep our hands, just think about this, if they could just keep their hands off of the whole Bill of Rights, all of it, we wouldn't even have to worry about this stuff, but that's what happens. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, doesn't it, guys? All right, what's going on? Let's see who else is hanging out in here. What's happening, Tree Guy? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. I hope you and your family are doing well down there. I know you guys had some health problems a while back, but are you guys all healthy, recovered? I hope. Doing good, man. He said the stream video is all distorted, but good audio. Huh. Maybe that's just on his end. How's the video looking, guys? Manuel Veliz, hi from Puerto Rico. What's happening, man? Somebody said a week ago, Puerto Ricans are anti-gun. I don't think so, are they? I mean, maybe the government is. I don't know. I've had a lot of people from Puerto Rico, you know, that live in, now Florida seems to be pretty popular. Maybe Texas, I've known some. Anyways, whether you guys are living stateside or in Puerto Rico itself, what do you guys think? Is Puerto Rico that, I don't know. A lot of pro-gun people hang out from Puerto Rico, I'll tell you that. Somebody earlier, I can't remember who it was, Reds reminded me, a milled foreign AK will be very valuable if they get banned. Yeah, someone said they got an M70 just like this. This is, you could call this an M70, but it's a very early M70. We kind of call these the M64, which you're right, on a technicality, is still an M70. But this is the one that was like in the original, they say prototype. I don't want to say prototype like they only made one. They were never officially designated as their own model. This was the very first ones. So this is milled, underfolder, right? 7.62x39 from Yugoslavia, but it has the built-in last round bolt hold open. And I don't mean on the follower. I mean like it'll hold the bolt open on the last round. It takes separate special mags with a little like slit in them, right? And then you can remove the mag and the bolt will still be retained to the rear. So this one's a little bit of a rare one. You don't see them too much. I'm not saying they're impossible to find, but that's the only one I've ever seen. At least this is the only one I've ever seen that actually has the functional bolt hold open in it. So I was pretty lucky to get that one. Very lucky, actually. All right, who's out? Do you guys have any questions? So I told you guys I'm excited about some more videos to come. A lot of you Taurus G3c fans, you've been asking me about sights forever. I put a community post. So go check my community tab. It's amazing. People ask me, they're like, dude, are you going to do anything with the sights? Like today they asked me. And I said, I just put it up in a community post. And they're like, what's a community post? So if you guys don't know what a community post is, it's basically where I post like a picture or a poll or a link to a video, whatever. And you'll see that I'm definitely have already recorded. I'm going to be publishing a video with some of the True Glow fiber optic sights on my Taurus G3c. And I'll give you guys a hint. They are Glock sights. Regular old Glock sights. Marco Polo, thanks for the super chat, man. He says, enjoying a Guinness. Good discussion and good chat. Thanks, 2AE. You keep it up. We'll be getting my G3c Toro soon. Awesome, man. You guys are excited about that Toro, aren't you? And I know you are, because as soon as like the G2c came out, all of you were in my comments back then. Remember when we started the Taurus on here? The original G2c? Love it. Immediately, guys were like, dude, why don't they make an optics cut plate? Well, look, Taurus used to be, this is just my opinion, one of those companies that was kind of like a little stubborn in their ways, that would kind of just stick with the same models. But I've heard their newer CEO, he's kind of new to the company talking, okay? They're in Georgia now. That company's really getting a lot more modernized. They're getting a lot more in touch with what the consumers actually want lately. And I'm not surprised at all that they have the Toro that's now apparently available. You guys just started flooding my messages today saying, dude, it's available. This place has it. That place has it, which is totally awesome, man. You know, that all you guys are, you know, that you're getting one, you got it on the way. But yeah, Taurus is really stepping it up and paying attention to like what people on YouTube are wanting and talking about. And I think they get it. I really do. I think they're really trying to improve their customer service. I've just seen a lot of things that are really looking on the up and up for that company. And it takes a little time. Look, you've got foreign markets are different than American markets, and they're historically a Brazilian company. Yeah, they've had Taurus USA for years, but like really, really lately. Can't you guys kind of tell? They're really kind of getting up with the modern times. And I think they're going to continue to do really well for that. I do. These companies, it's pretty easy, in my opinion. All they have to do is just come into YouTube and watch people's videos and read all the comments. And if they just read the comments, they'll know what people are buying. Like literally, I could probably serve as like an expert consultant. They wouldn't hire me, but humor me to all of these gun manufacturers because I just sit and read all the awesome comments from you guys every day, all day long. I know what people want. I'm like, yeah, if Smith & Wesson would just do this for their next shield, they would instantly sell out. Taurus, and I've been saying this for the last year and a half, get something with a, we call it RMR cut. Now there's so many more than that, but you guys know what I'm saying. Optics cut, you know, slide. Just do it, guys. And I think they're picking up on it a lot. But let's hope all the companies do. Maybe even Glock someday will come up with something that's a little bit different than Gaston's 1981 patent. I have to take a rib at you Glock guys. I can't even help it. You guys have been so cocky for so long. Whatever. The Glock guys are going to chime in right now. Yeah, smash the like button, especially the Glock guys. Okay, look at your hero, Gaston Glock. He hasn't revised his patent since 1981. Until the end of time, he's going to keep on having those steel with a bunch of polymer on top of it, mag, so it's as thick as possible, so you can get the least possible rounds of any modern manufacturer in your grip. But I still love you guys and would appreciate the thumbs up. Oh, boy. Now, Mike Skidmore, Toro, when someone first said, are you getting a Toro? I'm like, dude, like they make really good commercial lawn equipment. So, yeah, if we're talking like a Toro 60-inch zero turn, heck yeah. Look, guys, I would shill for that. I told you guys in the video, look, I don't have a Toro because I don't know Taurus, but you guys will all help me. We'll get it. We'll figure out how to get one. But if it was a Toro 60-inch zero turn, so like we're not talking Taurus anymore. If the Toro Lawn Care Company said, dude, will you like do some videos? Like, yeah, I'd have to do that. Pretty good lawnmowers, right, Mike Skidmore? Well, and just it's so expensive, I can't afford a new zero turn on my own. They're usually only like a cool 10 to 12 grand, guys. Not a big deal. Not a big deal, right, Denny? Thanks for the super chat. He says, put optics on my G3 with plate. Recommended and ADE. It was a fail. Company had to send me a shim. Still not right. Getting Toro ASAP. G3 back to original. Okay. I actually have one of those optics plates for the G3, so let's see what happens. Wish me luck, Danny. It wasn't that expensive. I thought I'd buy it because a lot of you guys are like, man, just got laid off, you know. Due to this flu that's been going around for the past year, it's like a lot of people aren't doing so good. And as much as you love the Toro, you can't afford it. I get it. I totally do. If it wasn't for all of you guys as generous, like you guys are super chatting tonight and Patreon and all that, I wouldn't be able to get these either. So I get it, guys. Trust me. So I'm going to still keep on showing you guys options that have the, I guess we have to say now, old school G3 and G3c, even though they're still new guns and they're awesome guns. So yeah, we'll see what'll work. I do have one of those cheap plates though, Denny. We'll see what happens. All right, cool, Tree Guy. Good to hear, man. It's coming in a little bit better. Good deal. You know what's funny? I was just saying I'd take a Toro if they wanted to give me one. I have a Skag Turf Tiger, 61-inch, 35-horse big block, Briggs Vanguard on it. Shoot, I've had that thing for what, 9-10 years now, man. So actually, it's funny you say Skag. That's actually what I drive. I've got an older Lesko, which is basically Lesko Z2. It's a Cub Cadet Tank M60, Cub Cadet Commercial. They co-branded them and painted them green for Lesko. And that's my backup / secondary mower. So heck yeah. I might be able to be cutting grass pretty soon if this warm weather keeps up. Red, what's up, man? Thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. He says Taurus is becoming the standard of quality for everyone. I know, right? I'm like, look, when I bought my first Taurus G3c, the video was called New Warranty and Worth the Hype. Like, I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I was like, I don't think so. Like, I'm seeing some positive reviews on YouTube, but I don't think so. There's no way. There's no way this Taurus G3c could be good. It has to be junk, and boy, was I wrong. I bought it to be critical, and I'm like, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to shoot it. Now, I always give honest reviews. Even if I start off not liking something, I'm not going to. I didn't even let you guys know that. I gave it a review of the smiling face as much as I could, knowing I was going to hate it. But here's the weird part, Red. And all you guys, when I was unboxing that original Taurus G3c, first Taurus video I ever did, guys, besides my 85 revolver that I had had for years before that, first Taurus pistol I'd ever bought. I'm holding it during the unboxing. I'm like, wait a minute. I really like how this feels in my hands. And I was like, man, too bad this thing's going to be a Jam-O-Matic and it's going to suck. Because, like, I knew how comfortable it was right during the unboxing. Okay? Took it out to the range. Let's see what it'll do. I'm going to record and show these guys. And I did. And I've shown many recording videos of me shooting, you know, live on the range. And they've not failed me. They've just been like the best little guns I've ever had. So it's kind of crazy, isn't it? If you're old like me, right, Red? It's like, man, you just think of Taurus back in the day and you're like, well, the revolvers are good. Like, people have always really liked the revolvers, but like the Millennium, and there was some things that weren't so good. And there you go. I'm glad I was giving it an honest review, because if I had just said, screw it, these things suck, I refuse to get one, I would have been cheated out of some of my favorite pistols to go shoot at the range. I'm not joking, guys. It's not fun to always record when you shoot. When you shoot and record, it's just different. So often when I go out and I don't even bring my camera just to pop off a few rounds for recreational use. Look, in the last year, I have to exercise few rounds because ammo's insane. But I usually like to just grab that G3c, or now lately I've been even gravitating more towards the G3c. You guys have seen I have a number of different handguns that I could take out, but I don't know why. Like, at one point, they're all paid for once you have them, so who cares what it cost originally? I still keep gravitating towards those cheap little Taurus pistols just because I think they're so much fun. And some people are going to tell me how many issues they've had with theirs, but I've really not had them. Let's see here. In California, do they allow Glock 17 rounds? I am not a California expert, so if there's any Cali people in here, if you could help out the viewer here, 10 rounds from what I know of, but there's something about magazine, what do you guys want to call it? There was a couple days where you could get magazines due to a court ruling, allegedly. It got real complicated real fast, guys. I was trying to keep up with it as it was going on. Some people said they could ship mags for those couple days to California. Other people said not. I don't know, man. I don't mean to blow you off, but understanding California gun laws can be very similar, unfortunately, to understanding many other countries' gun laws. Okay? I don't know how else to say it. And that's no disrespect to all the Californians. It's just from an outsider's perspective, it makes our head spin even trying to understand it. I know if you guys live there, you're probably going 10 times crazier than me. So I'm preaching to the choir on that, right? I know there was something to do with a court ruling and something, but from what I understand, it's 10 rounds. Okay. Okay, what else were you guys asking me here? The chat's going by pretty quick for me, but I'm trying to keep up. I know you guys asked me some questions, and it went by so fast. I don't want to. See, PT 709 Slim's a little bit before my time, Carl. You know, maybe with the new G2s and all that, and the Spectrum, I think, is what would have replaced the 709 Slim. I know they've done some improvements over the years. I started with the G3c, guys, so I know about some of the older revolvers, but G3c forward, becoming an encyclopedia on it. Before that, you guys are going to have to fill me in, okay? Have I heard anything about the JTS? Hodge Mods is asking, AK-12. I'm not real familiar with that one, to be honest with you. I think, is that the Turkish one that looks like a AK? I think so. I'll tell you what, I've had a lot of luck with my Lynx 12. That's a Sega clone, Chinese made. But I've had a lot of luck with that. I've had good luck with all my Chinese AKs. Besides the shotguns, they've all been banned since 1994. That was the Clinton Norinco ban, if you guys remember that. All right, looks like you guys are giving the California people some good information. Cool. I appreciate you guys. Here's another question I have for you. A viewer asked me a question in a comment, and they were very polite, and I said, you know what? I'm going to ask the chat in my Friday live stream. So I don't know if they're watching tonight or not, but even if they're not, I think this is a question other people would have. Here's what he said. He said he's looking for a good high-end AR-15. Okay. And he was looking at a certain Daniel Defense model and said, is this a ripoff or is it actually worth it? I responded back. Okay. Let me give you guys a little more information before you answer. So hold on. I said, well, do you need a good one? Because this is your life, liberty, defense gun, or is it just going to be a range gun? Like, what is it? He said, no, I want a good one. I'm willing to pay extra. So, okay. Check. Because what's better, a Palmetto or a BCM? I don't know. For a guy that makes $400 a week, the Palmetto's better. The guy that's a millionaire, well, I would buy the BCM because why not? And then there's like a million shades of gray in between. Okay. I said, look, I don't like cancel culture. And I'm going to emphasize this to you guys right now. This is how I've always been on here. I'm not going to advocate for you to boycott anybody. But since you're asking my personal opinion, I said I wouldn't buy the Daniel Defense myself. Now, if any of you guys do, or if this guy does, I don't care. I'm not going to ridicule. I don't, because the owner put out some pretty FUD crap and then did, in my opinion, a pretty bad job walking it back. But that's just why I personally probably wouldn't give them my hard-earned money. It's like, the manufacturers need to stay Second Amendment strong, and they can't really be going with gun control bill for me to feel comfortable with my money. Now, again, anybody wants to support them, totally fine. I said, so I'm going to recommend, if I had the money and I needed a high-end AR, I said BCM. But then I said, I'm not the highest expert on ARs like anywhere, let alone like on my chat on Friday. There'll be people that know probably 1,000 times better, about the ARs than me. So what do you guys think? Did I do him wrong by saying that if I was going to be in that echelon of price range? What do you guys think about BCM? Can you go wrong with that? Is it foolish to buy a high-end AR? And trust me, if you guys love Daniel Defense and buy one right now and it's your favorite gun, I'm not mad at you at all. Like, go buy one right now. I don't care. But he was literally asking me, like when people ask me a question, like, would you buy this? I'm like, well, I wouldn't buy a Daniel Defense, but that's because of other reasons. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I always kind of thought, and I know prices are crazy right now and supply and demand's completely nuts. I always thought, and this is way back before Daniel Defense said all that goofy crap on their Twitter. A lot of these people need to shut their Twitter down, guys, but whatever. No, they should have it. Freedom of speech, but they should watch what they say on Twitter if they're going to be in the Second Amendment community. I'll tell you. Let's say it that way. Even way before then, I always thought BCM was a pretty good go-to. Like, you can't go wrong with one. Now, I've never really necessarily been a fan of buying an extraordinarily expensive AR, but maybe that's just because I've never had extraordinary amounts of money before, too. I don't know. And I do know you get what you pay for in many cases. I totally get it. But I do know once in a while there are places that kind of just overcharge a little bit. And sometimes there's like a secret out there where it's like, dude, if you just buy the BCM barrel and upper and whatever separately and build it, there's little tricks to the trade. You guys know what I'm saying. So, yeah, what are you guys' opinion on that? I think there's a lot of people asking that question right now. What's like a good life and liberty and pursuit of happiness and protect your home? And some people even use that boogaloo phrase, whatever they're going to be doing with it. What's that AR where is money's no option? We just want like, this is the best. Do you guys have opinions on that? I don't know. Not that much of an expert, I guess. I'm more of an AK guy. Okay. Mitchell Martell, thanks for the super chat, man. He says, honestly, a mid-ranged AR in training is better than a high-end rifle and no training. I completely agree with you. 100%. And I think a lot of people fit more into that category. Like, how many of you guys are truly running around where you're like, I can buy the most expensive AR there is, or one of the most, and still buy infinite ammo? I know there's a couple of you here and there. God bless you. That's awesome. America, you deserve it. It's fine with me. But most people, right, Mitchell, they're not going to be able to do it all. I think a lot of us, we'll bust our butt and we have to choose, right? There's no free lunches. Like, do I buy this super high-end gun and then I can't shoot it? Or do I buy this super cheap gun and shoot it a lot? Or do I buy this mid-grade gun and shoot it a little? Yeah, no, that's good to think about. If you had to choose, though, right, between the two, I certainly would go with the little bit cheaper gun and be able to shoot it a lot more. What's happening, Cruz? Cruz, how you doing, man? He says, Victor and Christina and Anthony Cruz. What's happening, guys? Says, thank you for all you do. 2A EDU. We got your back. 2A all the way. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Looks like the whole family's giving me some support. And I do need you guys' support. You know, look, part of like what I do on here is like the easiest thing ever. Like, dude, I get to come out and hang out with my friends and stuff. But I don't know. There's a lot of people that send harassing comments and nasty stuff. And Susan Wiki, she kind of likes me, but she kind of doesn't. You're always battling behind the scenes with videos, and this one's not suitable and that one's not. So trust me, it does help to have some words of encouragement. It really does. At least I know I'm not alone out there, and that's what I love about this chat. So many of you guys in here, you guys better know by now that you're like not alone, and there's some pretty good people out there. If you're, well, just kind of read for yourself. I'm reading it as much as I can, and it's pretty obvious to me. Yeah, Jack Perkins, thanks for the super chat. He says the JTS AK-12 is a 12 gauge AK shotgun. My brother has one. Nice. Is it from Turkey or China? I know it's an imported one. But yeah, he's saying it's a his brother has one. So there you go. I don't have that one. My cheap Sega, nothing's cheap anymore, guys. Air quotes cheap Sega clone is my Lynx 12. And that's pretty much part number for part number, direct swap. So the JTS may be the same thing. Just look to see if it takes standard AKM furniture. That's nice because you'll have tons of options, right? And then if you're worried about like chokes or more than chokes, if you're going to be putting muzzle devices on there, like a brake or flash hider or whatnot, make sure it has the Sega pattern would be nice because there's certainly a million things sold for the Russian Sega pattern. If it has a proprietary threading on there, then you could run into trouble. That happens. These imports, they're always subject to the whim of the ATF, the Department of Commerce, all these different alphabet soup agencies of just getting cut off. Or something could happen overseas. There's just variables. So it's nice to buy something if you're going to buy it foreign like that, where either A, the company's been around a long time, okay, or it's a clone of something that's respectable that's been around a long time. So if your magazine breaks for your Lynx 12 and they stop importing Lynx 12s tomorrow, I'll be okay because they take the Sega mags, and those have been so prevalent for so long for the foreseeable future, unless or until the former vice president gets his way, we'll be able to buy those mags for the foreseeable future anyways. America the Free, thanks, man. 223 with an extra 0. Well, thanks for being so generous. He says, wish I lived closer to you. You're an awesome guy. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. I wish I lived closer to you too. I'm trying to remember exactly where you're from, but I'm assuming it's not Michigan. But look, I'm so busy. Look at this guy. I love this guy to death too. Threaded for my pleasure. I don't even I guess we just need to make the time, right? He is fairly close to me, like a little over an hour away. We've been wanting to hang out for what, like a year? So I don't even hang out with people that are like from within an hour of me, guys. So don't feel bad. Right? Threaded for my pleasure. The only person I hang out with here is Jane Locke. I hung out with her the other day. She's usually a regular on the stream. A lot of you guys are saying BCM. Forge Tech holsters. My favorite holsters. What's happening, man? 80% lower, quality barrel, and a case of rounds paid in cash equals freedom. There you go. You know, the barrel, a quality bolt, right? There is something free about the 80%. And by the way, I'm not going to rabbit hole it too much, but let's just say the former vice president's really looking into those right now. I definitely have those on my radar, guys. Definitely. The former vice president does not like the 80. He's 80, but he doesn't like the 80. What's up with that? I think he's older than 80, isn't he? What is he, about 90? 90 something? I don't know. Doesn't matter how old he is. The problem is he's coming after our stuff, right, Forge Tech? I could care less how old he is, really. I feel bad for the guy, actually. He should be sitting in a nice home looking at birds at this stage in life, looking at the fish tank, the birds, and reading storybooks to his grandkids. But instead, he wants to take away our God-given rights. Yep. You guys probably already know this if you've watched the channel, but Forge Tech holsters, they're really, really nice. I said this in a video that I haven't put up yet. He doesn't know this. I just put the videos out and he finds out when you guys do. I did a video talking about why I love the G3c and Forge Tech holsters. So just a quick preview, guys. You'll see the video next week. It's secretly hidden right now in my secret stash on my computer. I'm like, man, I don't know how he's keeping the price down so much. Now, look, I understand if he has to raise the price because all businesses are raising prices, but somehow he's kept the price really low on his holsters. They're totally awesome. Small business here in Michigan. I just like everything about it. So definitely check out my videos I've done on that, the Forge Tech holsters. This is not a paid pitch. He's a friend of mine. Just trust me. They're really nice. And I don't know. How are you keeping them so cheap, man? They really are nice. Now, if you have to raise the price a couple bucks, like, I get it. I'm not trying to pigeonhole him in, but I'm serious, guys. Like, everything around me is like, ammo's gone up like 5 times the price. These cheaper guns are doubling in price. And I was just on his website the other day, and I'm like, man, these holsters are still pretty affordable. But heck yeah. It says somebody here became a new member. Where do I find that? Oh, America the Free. Thanks for becoming a channel member, man. I appreciate it. You're starting to make me feel guilty. He just leaves me like this huge super chat, and then he becomes a member. Look at this guy making me feel guilty. He's a Patreon supporter and just left me a super sticker. What's happening, Tall Titan? How you doing, man? Let me switch over to this other chat so I can see what the sticker has on it. He's giving me a cup of coffee. All right, cool, man. I do have some coffee here. I drank all my tea. Look, I have to prioritize things. G3c Toro or iced tea? I don't know. I'll probably be able to score some tea later this weekend. Tea's expensive now, too. Have you guys been to the store lately? Just like trying to buy a gallon of milk? I scan the gallon of milk and I look up and it's like $3. This was like $2 like a couple days ago. I'm looking at the screen like, well, maybe I didn't grab like the chocolate milk. Like, why is it? No, milk just went up like 50% in the last week. All right, well, go get some gas on the way home. Oh, gas just went up another buck. Dude, I have this awesome diesel heater that I'm using here in my shop, guys. I bought this diesel heater like when the president was still in Washington, D.C., okay? When the president was still in D.C., I bought it, and I was just getting around to installing it here, and then, like, whatever happened, and the former vice president, and then I blinked, and I'm like, oh, wow, look at diesel. So it's called a diesel air heater or a diesel parking heater. I know this is going to throw you guys for a loop, but do you guys know what they are? And if you are you guys interested in them? Are you guys interested in kind of like prepping stuff? It might make a fun little video for my Patriot EDU channel, actually. It's this little, just like Google this when you get a chance. Look up Chinese diesel parking heater. The whole package is like $100. I bought the one for $109. It's this little heater. They're not officially UL approved, so you can only use it wink, wink, and like your car. But you guys can do the math on what you can safely do with it. You know, be law-abiding, but you can kind of use them for many things. It's this little diesel heater, and it's like runs off of 12 volts. You could power it with a battery, with solar, with a transformer while all the power is hooked up good. A lot of states, especially people in California, all these power outages. I don't know. I don't want to go on a rant. You guys probably just want to talk about guns. But so I bought this diesel heater, though. And I'm like, okay, cool. Diesel's still, I mean, fuel prices have been the lowest they've been for the previous 4 years. Like, you remember $4.50 a gallon, $5 a gallon? Under the previous administration before that, back when the former vice president was vice president, it was $4 or $5 a gallon. Gas was down way lower than $2 a gallon. It was like $1.28 at a certain point here. I think it even got down to less than that. So I buy this diesel heater. I'm going to fill up my diesel can. I'm like, I'm not trying to buy K1 kerosene. I'm buying diesel. Well, no, diesel is the price of what K1 kerosene was like a couple weeks ago. It's tough, guys. It's tough. I understand why you guys are trying to make decisions. Jason Ewing, OSB Plywood's $37. Thanks for the super chat, Robert Albert. I appreciate it, man. He said 2A EDU, keep killing it. We appreciate you. I certainly appreciate you too, man. I appreciate all of you guys. I'm trying to say hi to as many people as I possibly can tonight, but I'll definitely go back and read these. And when I do, last week's chat, the week before that, like so many good comments, guys. Seriously. Oh, he's going to talk about the Tantal. Oh, dude, I love the Polish Tantal. Our P-Talk, thanks for the super chat again, dude. He says, paid $7.99 for my Tantal. So that's the Polish. It has like the purplish furniture, the orangish furniture on it. It's like really cool. Wire folding stock, 545 by 39. It's not quite a true AK-74, but you could kind of call it that, right? They're really cool. I have one if you guys want to see a video. He said in 2012 spent $7.99, which blew my mind. I don't regret because they're scarce now, but compared to price of everything today was a steal. And you know what? I knew those were going to be rare back then, man. You have good instincts. I bought mine too. Never looked back because they didn't make many. Like basically by the time they made the Polish Tantal, the comm block had already fallen. Remember? Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Reagan said it, and it pretty much started collapsing, right? Okay. The 545 was already on its way out by then, and they were going to 556, but they're like, we already spent all the R&D to make this Tantal, and it fires grenades and does all this. Thanks, Forge Tech. Take it easy, man. I appreciate you coming in here, and hopefully you guys asked him many questions you needed to. We were lucky enough to have, in my opinion, one of the best holster makers out there in here for you guys to talk to. So I appreciate when you come in here, man, because people have a lot of questions, and that's nice that you're willing to hang out with the people. Anyway, so the Tantal, they were getting ready to go to 556, so they're like, we got to do something with this thing. Well, they didn't make many of them, okay? Then they went on to the beryllium, the WZ96, right? So it wasn't many years. Like they barely used the Tantal, to be quite honest with you. And if you look at the overall production numbers, the barrel, the beryllium, you know, it's called both. That's the 556 gun that they're using modernized versions of today. I knew the Tantal was going to be a good pickup from day one, and sounds like you got it too. Jeffrey Arroyo, thanks for a super chat. I appreciate it, man. I own a couple of Palmetto State ARs. Shot more than 5,000 rounds. Not one hiccup. Worth a buy. I'll guard my life with one. Awesome, dude. So there's some feedback for you guys thinking about the AR. And I know a lot of you are thinking about it because, well, it's America's rifle. And well, you guys are thinking about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? I get it. Here's what I'm going to say with Palmetto. They're good. I've had mostly excellent experiences with them, but once in a while, they do let something slip through. I'm just being honest. So get it. They've got lifetime warranties. I believe they still do, right, on everything they make. I had one that the machining was just like totally out of whack in the upper. I'm not lying, guys, but between uppers, parts, kits, and whatnot I bought from them, they've been great other than that. There was one that slipped through the cracks that landed in my lap. Okay. Some pretty rough machining. But we need to be realists too, though. Like when this is back before the flu, and it was like, okay, it was my KS-47, and it was like 300 for the upper and 3 for the lower ish. Do you guys remember those days? Many, many centuries and decades ago, otherwise known as like 13 months ago. That's what it was. So yeah, the upper had a few issues, but yeah, there's been like 10 more that between me and people I personally know, they've been great. Check out anything, though. Probably if you're buying a BCM, that'll probably never happen. They probably go through a little more quality control. All right, cool. But at the end of the day, look, I basically have nothing but good to say. I almost said that back. Nothing but good to say about Palmetto State Armory. I love what they're doing. They're basically allowing more and more people to have America's rifle in their home now where they can afford it. They've been doing that for years. Such powerful thing for the Second Amendment, because when these things are like rare and unique and like nobody cares about them, they're a lot easier for the government to take away. Let's just be realist. Even Scalia put in the common use test in Heller. Hey, as much as we like Scalia and Heller was an awesome thing over what would have happened if it would have failed, of course, even that was, he said common use. Palmetto's done a lot to try to get more and more of these into the hands of the people so that they become in common use. I'll tell you what, it's a lot harder to take away 10 million of something than it is to take away like 10,000 of something. So Palmetto's awesome. I just want to be a realist. I don't think it's fair, though. And it's not fair to say that a Palmetto is 100% equal to the BCM in every regard. No, it's not. But what you should decide, and I won't blame you if you pick Palmetto at all, which one's the one that you feel is the best deal for you, which fits your budget correctly. That's where your choice comes into play. You know what I mean? A $2,000 AR versus a $600 AR, unless the person is literally ripping you off. BCM is, a good company, though. They're not going to just screw you for no reason. Yeah, there's probably a little bit different levels of metallurgy and quality control. I get it. And I'm sure Palmetto would tell you that. If I had one of the owners of Palmetto right here, right now, of course, they'd probably rather you buy their rifle and they feel they're offering the best product for the money. But if I just straight up said, hey, Palmetto, and I'm just guessing, I don't know these people, is your Palmetto State Freedom build, is it 100% identical to this BCM in every single way? I'm sure they'd even tell you, no, there's some differences, but a lot of people can't afford the $2,000 right now or the 1,800. What do you guys think? LWRCI, yes, also another awesome company. Yes, many good ones out there. Aero Precision, okay? We can go on, and that's why I actually brought you guys into this. That's just what came into my mind. Look, I'm an AK guy. Somebody brings up the Polish Tantal. It's like, well, we can talk for hours about that. Now, I like ARs too. I have a few of those as well, but I don't know. For some reason, when people are like, I've got some money, I want something high-end, I'm like, all right, try a BCM. But come hang out on my chat, because I'm going to bring this up. Because people have been coming and asking like crazy, What do I get? What do I get? Ting, how's it going? Nice to see you. AK versus AR reminds me of rice or noodles for supper. Jeez. How stereotypical. You don't happen to be Asian, do you? Come on. Do you mean rice or noodles or hot dogs and hamburgers? Love you, Ting. That was hilarious. I know she's got a sense of humor. That's why I can. Two-way EDU was just bigoted. No, she's all good. She said rice or noodles. I mean, come on. Sweet and sour chicken, kung pao chicken. What's for dinner? I don't know. What's happening? We're not having an AKAR debate, are we? There's no way. Wait a minute. No, somebody's saying Palmetto State Armory's service is awesome. I have no doubt. No, I'm not knocking Palmetto. I'm just telling you guys the truth. I had one Palmetto that had extremely rough machining on the upper receiver. When you slowly carry it back and forth, it went. You guys remember like the old, like where they got the wrapper with the mixer and it goes wiki 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 wiki? You know that? That's literally what it sounds like. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, if you take your needle and scratch your vinyl with it, you rock this KS-47, it would go wiki 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 wiki, like not even joking. I was like, dang, I've got this. Susan's watching. I can't, but if I did have the PS, the Palmetto State, I was like, dang, dude, I gotta flatten out the bill of my hat and sit there shooting the gun. Wiki, 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 pop, 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 pop. Wiki, 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 and my gat goes 9. Pop, 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 pop. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Seriously, that's what this thing sounded like. But like the other ones I've had experience with, totally awesome. None of that whatsoever. Sure, by now you guys are making fun of me. Susan Wiki's in the chat. Lovely. She's improved her looks this week. Nice to see you, darling. Me and her, we used to be friends. If you guys are used to, not used to watching and you're like, who's Susan Wiki? Well, that's the chat. I'm having some fun. It's like we've been sitting here, HR8, HR1446, ammo shortage. Look, I don't know. I just want to hang out with you guys for a little bit. Is that all right with you guys? General Tso is trash. Coconut shrimp is where it's at. Nice. Guerrero M. PSA customer service is good. Nice. AK-74. Jeremy Rhodes. AK-74 is greater than AR-15. Okay, so there is a debate. Now I know what Ting was talking about. Oh, crap. Yep. All right, what else do you guys want to know about? Vision Omega Bronzeman. What's happening? What's he wondering here? Would love to see what you think about those highlight laser light combos for the G3, G3c. Liking mine so far. You know what? I think I remember you leaving a comment about that. Let me write that down again. I am familiar with the Highlight company. I actually bought one of their cheap lights, but I don't think it has the laser on it. I bought one a while ago because they were like really cheap. They were like on a promo on Amazon. By the way, guys, I know a lot of you guys hate Amazon. If you hate them, that's fine. I get it. But if you do shop there anyways, and you use my affiliate link, it does help the channel a little bit with each purchase. So if you're going there anyways, just click on my link. You don't have to buy anything from my store. Just by like getting to the site with it, anything you buy, like when you're in that session, or I think it's like for the rest of the day, it'll give us a little kickback and help me, you know, maybe buy one of these weapons lights, lasers that he's suggesting that'll probably help you guys out. This is how I do this stuff. Seriously, I'll go in there and I'll be like, well, we've got the highlight laser light. Okay. If it's 60 bucks, I don't know what it costs. I'll go in there. Okay, I've got 60 bucks in Amazon, you know, kickbacks from you guys generously using the link. Let's go buy this highlight laser light for the channel and do a review. Look, guys, here's the thing. We're kind of limited here on YouTube, all right? Very limited. I shouldn't say kind of limited. We're like very, very limited. I think I just saw my favorite RV channel in here. Where's he at? Where's Class A at? Let me find him here. I was just talking about diesel heaters. He popped up. I totally watched all of his videos on the diesel heaters. I'll try to find you again. Say something else, Class A 11. Dude, like my favorite RV channel. I watch that kind of stuff, guys. He's hanging out in here right now. Cool, man. Anyways, AKs. I can't post everything on YouTube. Like if I literally like give you the URL, or if I type the URL, or I post the URL, Susan doesn't like that too much. So that is one of the things I can do for the Patreon supporters. And it's just like a physical thing, guys. That's all I can do it because it's not on YouTube. I sent you guys a link, right? Atlantic had the Wasser 10. Now it was a solid grand, like 999.99, okay? And by nowadays standards, I don't know. It sucks. I know that's still like a ripoff, but that's my suggestion. I've always been a big fan of the Romanian Wasser. It's made in a former Comblock military factory where they've been making these firearms since 1963. Yeah, they were 350 bucks back in the day. I get it. Just like 2 years ago, it was like they were like 657, maybe even 599 on a sale. I get all that, but here we are though in 2021, and it's like that's kind of what I recommend. I can't put the link here, guys. It's not like I'm being bogue or like, you know, you have to pay me to get the link. Well, no, but I can leave them over on Patreon, links like that, and because it's not on YouTube is really all it comes down to. And I like to give little perks for people who are, you know, giving me little donations. I try to help out, but it's just we're so limited here, guys. I can't really tell you everything, and like, but I just gave you guys enough context clues where maybe you'll be able to find it out. That's what I would recommend. Okay. There's the Pacific Ocean. They may have a site. I don't know. Then there's what we call the Atlantic Ocean. So there's Atlantic, and then you're going to look for, it's called Wasser, WASR. We have to speak in code. Let's see where we're at here. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Oh. Susan Wiki still in here? I thought I saw for a split second my favorite RV living channel. It was hilarious because I was literally talking about, did you guys see him in here? Where'd he go? This chat moves by so fast. Thanks, Susan. Anyways, I was talking about my little diesel heaters. And I literally saw the person in here who I watched all their videos on him installing it and doing a good job. And I wanted to give him a shout out. I'll post a community post later if he doesn't resurface again. Susan's probably hiding him. All right. Yeah, her monitors are in here. Jeez, oh Pete. All right, what else are you guys wanting to know? Randy Smith, what's up, man? Hey, Pillbox Bunker, how you doing? She has her eyes on you. She can't help it. She's always got my eyes on me. I think, you know why? After all this time, I was wondering why. Why does Susan Wiki sit there? Keep such a close eye on me, like, I can't be that good looking. Or maybe I am, but then I missed the total obvious. Duh. Obviously, I think she has a crush on Lamy. But he's okay. Don't worry about it. He'll be all right because he's got his half track, he's got his Ma Deuce, and he has the Elvis Special Edition Mr. Potato Head riding shotgun right in the front there. So we'll be all right. Randy Smith, do you think pistol price will continue to rise, or is it best to buy what you can now? I don't know, man. It depends. Okay. They're going to go for an AWB. They're going to go for a 10-round mag ban. We already know that. Feinstein just introduced it. If it actually looks like it is going to pass or it could pass, yeah, you can see them shoot way up. If it doesn't, if it's just like presented again and nobody really believes there's going to be a magazine limit ban, or because remember, the AWB nowadays just means 10 rounds or less, okay? Doesn't mean 30 or 40, nope, 10. Which pretty much makes 99% of pistols will fall under that. I could see the price surging if that becomes eminent in most people's opinion. I don't know, dude. It's a touch and go situation. Some of them that I've been reviewing, I think are a fair price. You know, the G3c is a solid price. The TORO is a solid price. All right. The Stoker pistols, the different offerings from Turkey. Gosh, people sure razz me about that. People hate Turkey, but whatever. I'm just going to review what I want to on here, guys. I don't hate people. There's very fine people that live in Turkey, and they make guns and have jobs, and they love their families and need to eat just like all of us, okay? Like Erdogan. I don't know Erdogan. Why do I want to know Erdogan? Like Erdogan? I don't know Erdogan. But whatever. There's very fine people that live there, for sure. Look, there's a guy, a PX9, stuff like that. The Taurus is the G3, G3c, G2c. Look, dude, I don't want to make you panic, but I don't think they're going down anytime soon. Will they surge? I don't know. They could surge, but no, things aren't going to be back to normal anytime soon, guys. It just sucks, okay? It just does. So there you go. If you can afford it, buy it now. Feed yourself first, you know. Like A-Dub said, Turkey has the best stuffing. All right, well. Mike McClune with the super chat. Thanks, man. So go buy yourself some turkey stuffing before you spend your last money on your Turkish pistol, and now you're starving to death because, I mean, you can take game with a gun, but you can't technically eat it in and of itself. So, look at that super sticker. Dude, he's sending me all these cool hippos. What's up, man? Do you guys see that on your screen? What the heck is that? Look at that from Mike McClune. For some reason, through StreamYard, when I go to pin it, it's just showing up like generic, but I'm looking at it through the YouTube pop-out chat. And it's got this funky hippo in there. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. I can still see it. When you guys send me those stickers, I just pop open my... It's weird. I have the YouTube pop-out chat over here on my screen. I can see it there, but I can't pin it to the screen there. So I have to come over here. And it's showing me like totally different delays on both. You got to love it. Susan loves to mess with this chat as much as she can. What's happening, Garage Guy? How's it going? What's happening? West Eli. There's Garage Guy, 879. There's West. What's happening? Mitchell Martell. We'll say hi to him again. Let's see here. No, Palmetto does a good job, guys. I've had one gun from them that was kind of like, not so much. But the rest of them, heck yeah. The prices used to be so cheap too, didn't they? Chuck R., what's happening, man? Another Rolex or two Galeals? Well, you know what's interesting? I only own one Rolex watch, and I own one Galil. Now, a high roller like you, obviously, look at the nice bike he has. Chuck, I'm going to say for you, Ditch the Rolex and get the 2 Galeals. Me, I compromise. I've got the 1 Galil. Go check the channel. You guys will see it. Wait for it. Wait for it. You guys are going to feel guilty. They're like, dang it. I just sent this fool super chats tonight, and he's going to pull out a Rolex. So don't even look at the screen, guys. Check this Rolex out. I'm really rich, and I was lying to you guys just to try to support the channel. I'm poor. I need another Rolex. All right. I have to fess up. Here, look at Chuck R. There's my Rolex right there. What is this? What is this technically called? Hold on a minute. Someone that's not watching the screen, they're like, dang it, I knew it. I knew it all along. They pay him so much to do these videos. He buys a Rolex a week. This is the Casio. I'll do you guys a favor. I'll put a link to this in my Amazon store. I think it usually retails for about $17.99. No, not 17,000, like $17.99. But once in a while, they put it on sale for 15. I buy one of these a summer. I just love this watch. Like, it's guaranteed that the band will rip at the pen about once a summer. But I just kind of buy one every year. I like this watch. Did I at least punk one of you guys out? Please tell me. Come on. I didn't waste all my time with that, did I? Just one of you, for 1 second, tell me you're like, dang it, dude. This dude literally has a Rolex. Rage. I can mess with you guys sometimes, can't I? The Tactical Hippo, Mike McClune told me. Nice, dude. Right on, man. Where is my... Hold on a minute. Susan Wiki, 17K. I might get a few. Yeah, I'm sure. Full X. No, it's a Casio. I was trying with a straight face. I'm like, nah. I bought the Galil and the Rolex. Not even a problem. Dang, you knew what it was immediately. Okay, you guys' chat's just a little bit behind me. Nothing wrong with Casio? No, it's a really cool watch. I actually think it's comfortable. I'm not even joking. They range from 15 to 20 bucks. I'm going to ruin one a year. I get it. The band is the weak link on it, but it's like, I just don't care. Like, it's worth 15, 20 bucks a year just to have something that's kind of a little bit comfortable. And I don't know. I like the features. It lights up, whatever. You said you loved it. Wore it when you were in the military. Awesome. Thank you. See, she's got my back. My girl's got my back here. What's happening, Paul? There's it going. There he is. I was like, man, is it just Candace in here? Or Blue Girl? I'm sorry. Blue Girl? Or geez, if I would have just said Candace, that would have left it without me doxing her. Dang it. I like you too. I only dox the people I like. Rockford Ordinance says, times Indiglow rules. Is that what this is called, or is this the Illuminator? I don't know if they call this one Indiglow or not, but I do remember the patented Indiglow name. I don't think I can afford Indiglow anymore, Rockford. I like the AK too much, and 9mm is too expensive, and I like Taurus is too much. I don't know, guys. Thank you. How much trouble am I in? Well, some of you guys switch screen names on here. It's hard to keep up with all of you. Okay. Nice. Sam says, I won my bro's Rolex in Texas Hold'em 10 years ago. I let him keep it. Well, that's awesome, dude. No, if you guys can afford a real Rolex, that'd be awesome. I like guns too much, so if I could afford one, I'd just get more Galils or AKs or whatever. I guess if I have one, I just sell it and get like a case of 9mm. Isn't that worth about the same? All right. You guys have some more questions, don't you? I know you probably asked a million, and it seemed like I skipped over it. It's not intentional. There's just more of you than me, and it scrolls by pretty quick. Like, people literally will sit there, and I'll read it, and I'll have like a beat on the comment, and it'll go, and like she moves them like in batches. It's goofy. Gary Wisner, what's going on? What have you got here with? He says, my G3c is working flawlessly since I got the upgraded spring, SS recoil rod, and stainless steel striker guide from Lakeline. Okay. 200 rounds with no malfunctions. Cool. I've not needed to do any of that for mine to function reliably. I think a lot of your problem, because I remember the message you sent me a couple weeks back, was just the striker channel was so dirty. I'm going to give you guys a favor right now, okay? little tip. It's called your striker guide. I can't show it to you here. If I need to do a video on this, let me know. I don't know if I do or not, but I don't want to take stuff for granted. Lots of new gun owners. It's called your striker guide. So in the slide, there's a channel, okay? And there's your striker, and then there's like your spring for the striker, and then there's a liner. Don't put oil in there. Like, seriously, no oil in there whatsoever. They put the plastic striker liner, okay, and it'll be yellow on some, orange on others, depending what exact model generation. They put the polymer there because now we have the polymer, which is supposed to serve as like a permanent lubrication, okay, of that striker and spring assembly, so it's not bearing contact straight on the metal slide. Now, some people believe and like the stainless steel because it's a highly polished, and that would kind of serve as the same self-lubricating surface. You guys are going to be shocked to hear this. I actually like a polymer striker guide or liner guide, whatever you want to call it, better than I do a stainless. That's just me, okay? I'm not knocking what Gary got. Probably my choice is going to be the unpopular one. I bet you most of you guys are going to say, hold on a minute. The stainless is clearly an upgrade. Maybe it is. I actually like a polymer a little better, but no matter what, whether you've got the stainless, okay, stainless liner, stainless guide, whatever you want to call it. They call it different things, striker guides, or polymer. Don't put oil in there at all. It needs to be completely and utterly bone dry. The surfaces are supposed to be the self-lubricating parts. Any oil is going to collect dirt, grit from the combustion of the round going off, pocket lint, air, dust that blows around in the air. And all it takes is a little extra friction and grittiness to slow down that striker, to give it more, force it has to overcome. And you can wind up with a light primer strike, shallow primer strike. So yeah, definitely. Okay. If you guys have something to say, that's cool. If you could, I'd appreciate it if we could not maybe say the same thing 10 times, because then I only see your chat. Yeah, he's out of here. Thank you, my butt. Just as I was about ready to complain, they got him out of here. Thank you. Thanks for handling my light work. That's why we call them trolls sometimes, because they start posting so many things in a row. How do I get to somebody's comment who's like been dying to ask me a question all week? And then like all I see is like the same person saying the same thing for 10 times. It's like, get him out, get him out. I said out, get him out. Okay. Mark G, what's he saying? 280 to you. I like that you appreciate the guns that are good value and reliable for average people. Yeah, anyone can recommend Knight's Armament safely, but most folks can't touch them. No, I hear you, man. And like I said earlier, you get what you pay for. If you've got the money, that's fine. Like, this is America. We don't have to be ashamed because we're wealthy. If you're wealthy, buy whatever you can. But the Second Amendment, look, that doesn't just apply to like the rich people or middle class or upper middle class. No, these rights were given to all of us by our creator, especially the poor people, because rich people can like buy like security and bodyguards, and they can, to a point, buy politicians, and they can always find their ways to skirt around the law. So no, it's especially the poor people that are just scrimping by to try to do what they can. And here's another problem. There's so many people online that'll be snobs, and they'll be all of this stuff. And it's like, look, you have to make the best decisions for yourself. There are dumb purchases that can be made. Trust me. There's really cheap guns that I don't like. And then there's really expensive ones I also don't like. And there might be the perfect gun out there. Perfect gun, let's just say for you. And it's like $2,000. But there's a problem here. With how much bread and milk and gas and insurance and ammo and everything in your life has gone up, you might only be able to save up like $50 a week for a gun, maybe $50 a month. And you might not think Taurus is the most perfect gun of all times, even though I do shoot it more than my most expensive gun, seriously. But let's just say here, and you've got the $330 for the G3c. Hey, don't let perfect get in the way of good enough, guys. I'd way rather have a G3c that I could buy a little ammo for, train with it a little bit, prove its reliability, and have that on me right now, if there's trouble coming through my window in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., than to have that super duper expensive 1911 that might in theory be better in every way sitting on layaway for the next 12 months. Because who cares when you're dead if you had a nice gun on layaway or not? Not trying to be somber, it's just the truth. Like, guns save lives, and that's been proven. Even the FBI's Bureau of Statistics proves it. So yeah, don't let perfect get in the way of good enough. You've just got to do what you got to do. And if you totally hate Taurus and what you've got to do is to buy yourself a Glock and you've got the money, then do that too. That's definitely what you should do. There's many, many good brands out there. But no, dude, I mean, most people can't touch them. I get it. But if you want that and that's the best thing for you, then you should be able to do that too. Because here's what I see too often. I see all the people with money or that have been around forever. They want to condemn all the noobs. You guys ever notice this? Maybe some of you are noobs yourselves. Maybe some of you have seen it happen. The people with the astute collections. Oh, my collection's worth this. I have the engraved, one of one series, limited edition, $15,000 revolver. And those are beautiful. And I'm sure it's worth every penny to the person that bought it. Okay. They'll rip on the noob saying like, oh, if I had to shoot only a Taurus or if I could only afford a high point, like I'd rather have a sharp stick. Oh, really? Really? All right. Do you want to have a duel? I get the high point and you get the sharp stick. I wonder if they take you up on that. Law abiding, defensively, Susan. If duels are legal, I think duels are still legal. The couple states where duels are legal, Susan, wiki. What would they do? They'll say it in YouTube all night long. They'll say, I would take a sharp stick over that stupid junk, blah, 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 blah. Heck, you guys that are old like me remember this. There was a time when Glock was considered the junk gun. Isn't that funny how stuff goes full circle? Now you've got all the Glock snobs that like to condemn everybody because they don't have a Glock. You should have seen all of the steel-framed guns, the Smith & Wesson and the Beretta guys and the Sig Sauer guys back in the day, knocking the Glock guys like, oh, man, like, as bad as some snobs say high point is now, the gun snobs used to say Glock was even 10 times worse than that. Back in the 80s, even all the way up in the 90s, Glock was considered the Tupperware, crap, garbage, it's porcelain, it's this, it's that. I mean, people literally used to just dog that thing. Now it's just so funny. It goes full circle, and you got the Glock guy saying everything's retarded but the Glock. Well, now it's actually gone full circle, and Glock tards are kind of a dying breed. Love you, Glock tards. I do mean that as a compliment. I've had Glocks forever, guys. Now the CZ guys, the CZ75 guys are on them, and then you've got the Sig P365 guy that's like, well, hold on a minute. They all suck except for mine, and it just keeps going in circles. And then I'll tell you guys one more crazy Ivan. You got the G3c guy coming in and saying, no, actually, all Glocks suck, all Sigs suck, all. If you're looking for people that are going to hate on you and are going to try to like bash your decision on what you're doing, you can find it so fast. It's not even funny. I hope you guys can stay encouraged, though, and actually try to find decent advice, because I'll tell you what, especially in the comments on my channel, like, I don't know. Thank you guys, by the way. Thank you. Seriously. I don't know how I get so lucky. Most people are pretty darn cool that hang around here. For some reason or another, it was just like the cool people kind of gravitated over to my channel, which I'll take it, like, as long as I can have it. You guys help each other out a lot. Lots of help, lots of encouragement, people trying as hard as they can. Where you can't really talk about, Susan says, you can't talk about the election much. So we just talk about the zoo and different types of animals and dromedaries, and we talk about the former vice president, and you guys will sit there and come up with your coded ways that you can navigate through to try to help people find like a certain place. Like we'll say the Atlantic Ocean has the WASR on sale for $99.99. 999.99, right? So you guys help each other out a lot, but I don't know. What's the best gun? Go on the internet, it'll tell you. Go on another chat forum and it'll tell you it's the worst gun ever, and it totally sucks in every regard, and you suck because you own it. You suck and they hate you. Mike McClellan, thanks for the super chat, man. He said, I've been told, buy what you can afford, train, and become proficient with it and build your skills. I totally agree. Definitely. You've got a total budget, right? So don't buy the $500 gun and 0 rounds of ammo. If you only have 500, like that's it, done, period. Buy the $300 gun, couple $100 in ammo. It might not be the best gun ever, but it might be though. Like I'll sit there sometimes and I'm like, all right, G3c, that was $300, okay. And then I'll have a $900 whatever sitting next to it. Am I gonna like truly say that the G3c is better than the other one? Not really, but I might want to go to the range with the G3c, like because I actually like shooting it more. But once in a while, I might want to shoot the other one more. But seriously though, like the G3c, the G3, even the G2c, but I can't lie. I am liking the G3c. I need to do a versus video. I think I like the G3c a little better than the G2c. But that doesn't like take anything away from the G2c at all. Lincoln Tanksley with the super chat. Thanks, man. Nice to see you. Taurus is a good entry point, especially for folks that are less economically inclined, like most of us right now, right? 500 for a single mother of two is unrealistic. My G2c was 214. I know. And it just sucks for so many people right now, right? Because you've been into Taurus for a while, man. I've known you around here for at least a year or two, right? So when you bought yours, 214, well, now they're like 3. And when 9mm ammo was like 10, 12 a box, now it's like 30, 35, 40, 50 even-ish for planking ammo. Hopefully it's coming down, guys. I'm hoping it is. But now what's the hypothetical? But I know it's not even hypothetical. Probably some of you guys watching it, okay? Single mother, single man, a couple, working couple. Heck, you know what it means a lot of times? Husband and wife, married. Maybe you have more kids. Maybe you have more square footage to heat in your home. Maybe you've got 2 cars to maintain. You know what I'm saying, right, Lincoln? Sometimes it's the single mother. Sometimes it's the couple that's just as poor as her. Most people I know are poor right now. We're in tough times. Now it's like 3. And now just to get like a few boxes of ammo, she's almost up to that 500, isn't she? Literally, to get a G2c and to get enough rounds through it to be comfortable. I'm just so afraid there's a lot of people right now that need something and they just can't do it. It has to be the case because I read his super chat. What are you guys thinking in the comments? You know, are you guys thinking about this? I thought, yeah, he's right. A lot of people can't even afford $500. What are they doing right now? Like, I was just lucky, I guess. I bought some of this stuff back when it was really cheap. I do feel grateful for that. I'm proud of myself that I planned ahead. But I've said this a million times, and I'm going to say it again. The Second Amendment's for everybody, guys. They could have been the most anti-gun person. They could have voted for the ultimate gun control bill of all time yesterday. And when they wake up the next day, they actually still have the Second Amendment as much as you do. And their creator gave them the natural rights to have just as much as you do. And it's a tough pill to swallow in one way. But hey, just because somebody chose to get into gun ownership right now, they had that right. I'm not going to try to stop them. Me trying to stop them from getting into guns would be just as draconian and just as jackbooted as them trying to stop me from the free exercise thereof. I know. Sounds kind of goofy, and probably a lot of you are saying, hold on a minute, dude. If they weren't into guns this whole time, they don't deserve to be. And I don't blame you guys for thinking that way. I totally get it. I've often thought that way myself. But the more I keep thinking about it, it's like, nope. Second Amendment belongs to everybody. New gun owners want to get into it as much as possible. That's totally fine. They have that right. Now, if they're still voting for the former vice president and all these things, and they're supporting HRA, I'm going to say, you know what? You get what you deserve. When they do come for our guns, I'm not going to trust you. I don't want you. But hey, go ahead and exercise it all you want. Like, I don't like you necessarily. You're going to get what you deserve. Like, if these laws pass, you're going to be to blame. It's fine to call them out. Hey, you voted for the former vice president. He promised you, if you elect me, I'll make, they call him Beto. They call him Francis. Many things. Robert Francis O'Rourke, they call him. Nothing wrong with Robert or Francis, but those are like, you know, 2 white-sounding names. And he had to sound like he was Mexican to pander to the Latino vote, which I'm not Latino, so you guys can decide that yourselves. I don't care. If I were Latino, it would probably kind of offend me. I wouldn't want people pandering to me, but whatever. They call him Beto, Robert Francis O'Rourke. He sounds Irish to me. He sounds Irish, considers himself a Mexican. Whatever. What can I say? What can I say, guys? But He said, if you elect me, the former vice president said, I'm going to appoint this Beto Bozo as my gun czar. And then Beto said, yes, I'm going to take your AR-15 and your AK-47. And if people voted for that, duh, like, what's wrong with you? But they still have the right to keep and bear also, don't they? Sometimes it ends up a little bit of a quandary, but that's just the way it is. America the Free. Now he's going to 5.56. Hold on a minute, man. I thought you were a 2.23 guy. Now you're 5.56. No, thanks for another generous super chat. I appreciate you, buddy. He says, so glad I ran across your channel. Thank you, 2AEDU. Well, hey, the channel's not just me. Like, thank everybody. I'm sure you guys are hanging out in the chat, and you guys are probably having a better time than what I'm saying. All right, let's see what we got going here. Oh, there we go. There's a Patriot. Mark, how you doing, man? Mike Kornicki, I have a video of you speaking in Monroe County at the two-way sanctuary meeting. We were voting. Well, I didn't vote, but we were encouraging the county commissioners to vote. And this man stood up and spoke, and he did a really good job. And I included it on one of my videos from a little over a year ago. And I'll always appreciate you for coming down to Monroe County to stand up for us and support us. And you did a good job. Go back and look at the 2A Sanctuary County Commissioners meetings. You guys will see what I'm talking about. Good videos. The channel's still really small, but it was a lot smaller then. Didn't get many views back then, but hey, we figured it out one way or another, didn't we, guys? Beto's a joke. Ramiro Leon. What do you guys think? You know? I don't know. People are going to get mad at me. You can't speak for us Latinos. I don't know. I'm just using my common sense, guys. Come on. Who cares what color we are? But why is someone changing, like, he's running around, his name's this, but now it's that? It's just an insult. That'd be like if somebody's name was Jose. I'm going to be honest with you. He's a good dude. Okay. And he's running for my district. If he changed his name to John Smith to try to get my vote, I'd be offended by that. I'd be like, what the heck, Jose? Just call yourself what you are. You are what you are. If you're a good dude, I don't care. Like, who cares where you come from? Who cares what your accent is? Who cares what color you are? But no, Beto, like, look, he's just like a regular gringo, right? White dude. Okay. Like, the whole thing's just so ridiculous. So ridiculous. True story. My friend Juan from Honduras, great guy. If Juan walks up to me and he's like, man, I'm not Juan anymore. I want to kiss your butt, and you're going to call me John now. I'd be like, dude, screw you. What the heck's wrong with you, man? You're like a libtard now? Like, dude, what's up? He's actually not. He's a really good dude. Beto O'Rourke. I don't know. This stuff's just so stupid. I can't be the only one. I'm sure you guys are going off in the comments right now how ridiculous it is. I know. He can call himself whatever he wants. That's fine. That's fine. Call yourself whatever you want, Beto. I'm not going to take my AR-15 or my AK, and I think it's pretty obvious here. Just trying to pander to get more power, and you're just trying to take our guns to get more power. What's happening, Jacobus Prinsley? How you doing, man? He is from South Africa, and I have no idea what a ZAR is, but I'm sure you're being very generous. I appreciate it, man. He says, that's what it says, ZAR for the currency. He's not from around here, but he's a fellow Taurus brother. He showed me his G3. Check it out. He says, I own a G3, and it's better than the G3c. Took my sister for a few rounds, and she likes my G3. Yeah, better than her own G3c. Keep it up. Thanks, man. You know, look, that's a different trigger. Let me know down in the comments. I'm definitely going to look here right now as fast as I can, but I'll come back and I'll circle back. Wiki, circle back. I'll circle back. I hate that saying so much. Come on, man. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Jacobus Prenslow was tougher, though. We need Jacobus Prenslow here in the U.S. I don't think Corn Pop would be much trouble for you, would they? South Africans are actually pretty tough guys. They got a lot, man. They're going through a lot down there, but that's cool. Now, the G2c and G3 and G3c, they have different triggers, period. And I think maybe a side-by-side's in order. I've done plenty of separate reviews. I've never really held them both next to each other for a video to tell you guys, like, what word do I use? Comparison? Like versus, right? But I don't want to do the G3c versus G2c because I like them both. It makes it sound like there'd be a loser. So, my lovely wife, who's the prettiest in the whole wide world, and I don't know if she's still in here, but I love you. She sent you a couple 2A EDU stickers. So we're going to see how this works. I don't know. Like, we sent them. She filled it out on the thing, and first class mail. Is that what it was? So let me know. Send me a message when you get them. I've never sent anything like that. But I sent you a couple 2A EDU stickers down to the country of South Africa, and we'll see what happens. I don't really like mail stuff. There's really, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm sure she did it better than I would have. All right, what have we got here? Are we talking about running for governor? What are you guys talking about? You see Denny's plant-based. He's talking to Lincoln. Okay. What, is Lincoln Tanksley running for governor? Or? Oh, Beto represented El Paso. Okay. Okay, see, you guys know. I'm just telling you guys, like, I don't know. It's just something about him seemed phony, you know. I might be off on some of the details, but he says Beto represented El Paso area. Okay. That's a 10-hour plus drive from me here in Fort Worth. Real Texans don't claim that region. Oh, okay. It's basically East New Mexico. I got you. And that's how a lot of states have different areas that kind of bleed over state lines. Okay. I don't know. He just seems like a phony to me. You guys might know more about him. I just know he's not going to take. He's not going to take any of mine. They're not for sale. Did I just see the governor in here? I thought I saw, what do they call her? Gretchen, some of them call her. I thought I saw her pop in here a second ago. It's funny. Do you guys ever see Susan's little bots come in here once in a while? You guys will be having a chat, and it'll say, Google, and just kind of, it flashes across my screen like so fast. Can't even see it. Hey, Dubs, what's up, man? No one grows a depression beard. Oh, geez. Yeah, you're right. Like Beto does. Is it Beta or Beto or Beto? How do you pronounce that? I don't know. Look, I don't like being mean to people. He should have never got on national TV like 5 times and said he was going to take my lawfully owned property, and then he could just have his peaceful life down there. He could sit down there and eat his gorditas and his tostadas and his, I don't know, mucho dinero, like whatever he does down there. He could just do it all the time. I'm sure he's got plenty of money, doesn't he? I was talking about Ryan Kelly for governor earlier. So anybody here in the southeastern-ish Livingston County areas of Michigan? Jane Locke, I was there with her. Like I said, she definitely has some nice yard signs. Ryan Kelly for governor. When it gets a little closer to the election here, I'm going to have him on the channel. We're going to talk. Look, this is what we have to do, guys. You can't just sit there and keep saying you're tired of the lesser of two evils. There's this like, okay, this rhino over here, right? And he's going to like maybe only take half my guns. And then there's this raging psychotic liberal, like Marxist communist over here that's going to take all my guns. So you're like, all right, well, I guess I'll choose to give up half than all. No, that sucks. And that's called lesser of two evils. And that's why I've been trying as much as I can to go out there and see who's running in these primaries. And I encourage you guys to do it in all your local areas too. Look and see who's running for governor. There's about 10 people right now that have either announced or are considering, you know, kind of in the running right now, just on the Republican side alone for Michigan. Okay. If you live in Michigan, you should start studying who these people are. Now, I can't keep track of all the states. So, okay, we had Lincoln here talking about he's in Texas. So that's what he's going to be looking into. Now, he's probably rather happy with Governor Abbott. And okay, but you guys know what I'm saying. This is where it's at right now before they actually get to the final 2. Usually all the good ones lose because, well, they don't have the big funding, and most good people like all of us don't really do enough to get involved, okay? So that's my challenge to you guys. Figure out who's running in the local areas. There's going to be a good one. You just have to find who they are, and they're probably going to be the least famous, and they're going to have the least money because that's just the way life works. All right, guys, it's been about 2 hours. I'm going to catch up on some last-minute super chats, which I greatly appreciate. And don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, guys, okay? And leave a comment. And not only this video after it's done, but the other ones. They say it really helps the algorithm. And, of course, my Amazon link helps. And just hanging out, sharing the channel and all that. I really appreciate all you guys' support. Don't forget a thumbs up, though, because that makes it where, see, Susan's not too happy right now, okay, with the channel. She was, and she wasn't, and then she almost was again, and then now as of yesterday, she's not. The thumbs offs really tick Susan off, so just do it for no other reason than spite. Okay. Threaded for my pleasure says, check out our Facebook, okay, for my latest proof of shooting a mag before carrying. Okay, guys, I've talked about this a million times. To a EDU Facebook group, okay? Go over there. He's put up a post, it sounds like, that I need to go over and check myself. And thanks for sharing that. So he's going to say proof of shooting a mag before carrying. All right. This kind of stuff could save you guys' life. Definitely take your fellow friends' advice on this stuff. I've said it a million times. Don't listen to me. Listen to Threaded for my pleasure, though, okay? It's serious stuff. Okay, so what kind of hippo is this again? I know you guys keep telling me. Thanks for another super chat, generous super sticker, Mike McClune. Is this the tactical hippo? He just did the... Wait, do I look like him? Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this off, guys. I'm looking at this sticker on the screen, if you guys are wondering. Wait, I almost got it. Hold on. I have to do the smile with it. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, man. Look, I feel like... I feel like you guys are probably making fun of me right now, but that's okay, though. That's okay. As long as it's making you smile, getting your mind off of this ammo shortage, you can laugh at me. He's like, yeah, he's trying to do like a hippo impersonation and not so much. Hey, at least you're not thinking about HR8. I can already wait till it comes over. Dude, you were too laid back and you're not even funny. People are coming after this. The last stream, dude, you're too serious. There's too much doom and gloom on this channel. Can you lighten up? Next week, they'll come in here. Dude, you lightened up too much. Not enough doom and gloom. I've hereby declared on this 12th day of March in the year of the Lord 2021 that I have now permanently unsubbed forever and ever till next week, because they usually come back from the 2A EDU channel because you were not doom and gloom enough. That's what they'll say. Trust me. Right, Danny? We don't care, though. He says, Beto played on his name with many Texans in my area were fooled. He thought he was just Hispanic and voted for him. Yes, phony baloney. Man, so you're from Texas, too. Okay. That's why you guys were kind of shooting the bull about Texas. I got you. Brian R. is about an hour and 46 minutes north. Hey, Jane Locke, she's got some nice-looking stickers. She'll drive up in her nice-looking vehicle. She herself is nice-looking. She'll come out, and you guys need a nice-looking sign. We like nice-looking stuff on this channel, don't we? Right, Jane? Obviously. I mean, duh. Somebody once said, do you guys remember that? This was a couple months ago. They said, look at 2A EDU. Lami actually looks like you. And after they said that, I had lots of chicks hitting on me. But, I don't know. Somebody said he looks like me. Do you guys remember that? It's been a couple months back. Ammo Wizard, what's happening, man? Glad I can get in your live stream before you end it. Dude, I'm just getting ready to end, but I'm glad you're here. Thanks. Nice to see you. No, I was – well, hold on a minute. BJ Holcomb, what's happening? He's saying Trump DeSantis 2024. What do you guys think? Any Florida people? What do you think about him? Ted Nugent for governor. Nice, nice. I don't know about Ted Nugent for gov, but hopefully we can get some people like him on board for Ryan Kelly. Diesel heater video. Is there a little bit of interest in that for real? I'll read the comments later. Rick Nieper, what are you doing, dude? Like, come on, man. You coming in just now? What's happening, Rick? No, thanks for another super chat, America the Free. I appreciate it, man. I do have this little diesel heater, maybe over on the Patriot EDU channel. He did a diesel heater video. I'm unsubbing because it's not gun related, they'll say. They all threaten you on here. Unsubbed. You're too doom and gloom. Right, Rockford Ordinance? They said you're too doom and gloom. I can't take it anymore. Unsubbed. And then the next week, watch, tonight they'll come in here. Dude, you're like making too many jokes. And you were like too chill. Unsubbed. This channel is now too chill for me to be at. Red, thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Channel member, too. I appreciate that. It says, Let's see here. Cue sad PSA music. Oh boy. If everyone in this chat donates today, streamers like 2A will be able to provide a loving home to a Barrett rifle in need. I totally know the music you're talking about too. I do. Dude, I need puppies and I've got llamas and potato heads and yeah. You can see this as a loving home, guys. I mean, Yugo M64 underfolder, Chicom Type 56. I don't know if you guys can see them here, but maybe a couple Carcanos. Susan Wiki. She said she likes the Italian Carcano rifle. Did you guys know that? I don't know. All right, let me see who's in. I'm going to say goodbye to some of you guys. Okay, Lincoln saying the differences between the two. Now, some people are going to say the $100 premium isn't worth it. Somebody might. But you know what it comes down to a lot? They're like, dude, only one's in stock, the other's not. Like, what's the deal? Should I hold out? And all right, maybe. I'll definitely check it out and see what you guys think. If you guys are looking for a video on that or whatever, I don't know. I put out videos in the last week that were requested by a lot of you, and I have a few more in the queue that I think you guys are going to like for sure, too. Happy Duck, I see your super chat up here. What did Susan do with it? Hold on a minute. Let me find it here. There he is. Thanks for the super chat. Happy Duck 75 says, my idea, make G3c double action on first shot. Okay, take off slide. Pull out barrel insert round, return slide, but only rack to first click. And then you're talking about a firing pin block. Hold on a minute here. So you're saying to make it double action on the first shot instead of single action. Oh, I know what you're saying. Your idea is to make it that. Okay. You're saying to Mateo, is that what you do? You've talked about that before. I know what you're talking about now, how you can make it double action on the first shot. Mateo, you're my expert on this. You've talked about this before with your Steyr. Now, can he do that with the G3c? Exactly what he's talking about, considering how it's the single action with restrike, which is single action, double action. I don't know. Now, no matter what anyone responds to, we're not giving you guys any legal or gunsmithing advice on here. Always use your gun according to the manual, okay? But I do know where you're coming from, and I'm trying to think on that. Okay, Mateo's saying yes, but again, this is just for entertainment purposes only, guys. Nothing you would see here in the chat is anything like, don't try this at home, as the saying goes, right? You guys know what I'm saying. It sucks, but you have to say that nowadays in this day and age. Don't try this at home. So, yeah, there you go. Definitely not recommended. It'll never work in a million years. Yes. What's happening, Orion Fixer? How you doing, man? Sam, what's up? Guns are good. What's happening? Talking about South Park. Okay. Yes, I know. I'm saying they call it double strike, but it's double action. Yep. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Ting Ting. You have a good weekend, too. Good night, Guero. I'm just going to say good night to you guys for like 2 seconds here, but I don't know. I had some fun tonight. What do you guys think? Like I said, next week someone's going to come in here. He wasn't negative enough. The next week they'll come in. He wasn't laid back enough. No, I had a lot of fun. This is YouTube. Let's see here. Wiley Coyote. Coyote? Am I pronouncing that right? Anyways, what's happening? It's Willie, actually, right? Or is it Wiley? I don't know. You guys spell your names just to try to trip me up, but there you are. Hello, whoever you are. Yeah, this diesel heater is awesome, actually. They're pretty cool if you guys are into like a little prepping, like thinking about like an alternative heat source if the power grid goes down. What's up, Ammo Wizard? Thanks for that other super chat. Susan almost hit it from me, dude. I tell you, they do this. They skip it, man. Looking forward to shooting my 50 BMG tomorrow. You got a 50, dude? Is it yours or are you borrowing it? I need to catch up on some of you guys' videos. Are you going to do a video on it over on your channel? 50 BMG. Hey, actually, you know what? 50 BMG ammo's barely gone up compared to the other stuff. It's not much more than 9. People keep buying all the 9mm. I might have to switch to 50 BMG for cheaper soon. All right, have a good night, Paul asks. We've got George Geiger here. Yep, from the Hoosier Nation. Shout out to all the Hoosiers out there. Pez Who, thank you. He said, greatest stream ever. Awesome. Good night, Lincoln. Good night, Mike. Threaded for my pleasure. As always, go check out his Facebook post in the 2A Facebook group. He's probably trying to give you guys a heads up to show you. Practice, guys. Practice. 9mm is cheaper right now, man, but who knows how much longer. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Oh, you better get to bed. You better get to bed, man. I feel bad now. I had fun, though, so I'm going to get off of here because my man needs some sleep, and it's past all you little boys and girls' bedtime. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.